Hello and happy holidays. The holidays are upon us. I wanted to share with you in this video our struggles with avocado trees. We have several avocado trees that we've been planting on the homestead since when we first got here, and I'll show you where we're at with some of the first ones, and then also what we've learned and how to hopefully have better success with them in the future. This is one of the very first avocados that we planted, and I'm pretty sure we have lost it completely. It's not showing any signs of growth anymore. So one of the things that we learned from the person that came to speak at our garden club the last time was that they do not like a lot of water. And I think we were probably overwatering them. It's right on our irrigation lines, and every time we would run the irrigation, it was getting just doused with water. So we have a new plan for how to alleviate that, but I also want to show you some of the other avocados that are around. We have a Lula and a Haas. This is our Haas avocado. It had a little bit of green here, but it looks like even that's dying now too. This one may even have been planted too deep. One thing that I did notice is that I think that this part right here is the graft, and that died quite a while ago. I believe this was just a sucker that came up from the rootstock. So that was kind of a crapshoot to see if we were even going to get any avocados and what kind they would have been. But I'm not sure that this is going to survive either. It may be buried too deep though, so that's another thing that we probably did wrong when we were planting these. Of all of the initial avocados that we planted, the Lula is doing the best. This one seems to have pretty consistent growth on it, so it may be planted at the proper depth, and I have since moved the irrigation away from it so that it will not be getting as much water when we use our irrigation system to get the rest of the plants taken care of during the dry season. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed with this one, and hopefully it will continue to grow and we'll start seeing some production off of it in the next year or so. This is a brand new avocado that we just put in recently. It's a Super Haas. We did purchase it from a nursery called Greener Hills Nursery. I will put a link down in the description for their Facebook page. I don't think they have a website, but they do have Facebook, and they are pretty active on there and have recently had some great sales, and it's an amazing place to go visit if you get a chance. But we did this avocado much differently. We've got it out away from pretty much everything else because it does not require a lot of water. The instructions that we were given on it is to plant it, make sure that the root ball is just right at the surface, which we've done. Keep your mulch, a few inches away from the actual tree so that it's not touching the tree. And then the watering, for the first year only, you got to water it during the dry season. And we were told to give it 1 5-gallon bucket of water every week. And that's it, no more. So I have a 5-gallon bucket that I have actually drilled 3 small holes in so that it will drain slowly. And that's the easiest way for us to water this. Just kind of keep the holes pointing toward the tree itself, and then I just will dump 5 gallons of water into the bucket and let it slowly drain and water the tree. That'll give it a good deep watering. I do put a little bit of just a small amount of fertilizer in to give it just a little bit of a boost. Because I don't have water that is close to this, I just carry over a 5-gallon bucket of water. We also planted rosemary in here because that's also supposed to be treated kind of like a cactus and not be overwatered either. So I'm hoping that's going to do really well here. And I think I've got one other kind of a cactus type succulent that I'm going to just put in here. We will see how things turn out, following the instructions that we've been given from the speaker, who is also the proprietor at Greener Hills Nursery. I do want to share with you some of the other things that are happening here. I will give you a quick tour of our vegetable garden to let you see how our tomatoes, peppers, we have a bunch of basil in pots too that I need to get out in the garden and planted with our tomatoes. But I want to show you that. What else do we have? We got peppers, cucumbers. We got Zambian cucumbers. We have carrots as well. And I'm getting all of the irrigation systems in place so that we can have all of that watered all at once, just plugging in the hose into one location and just letting it run for a little bit. So that'll free up a lot of our time and make sure that our vegetable garden doesn't get dried out in our dry season right now. As you can see, our vegetable garden with our Ethiopian kale is doing very well. All of our tomatoes are starting to show phenomenal growth. That white powder you're seeing is ground up eggshells. Last year we had the bottoms of our tomatoes started rotting, and I looked up that could be a calcium deficiency. So I've added the ground eggshells, and hopefully that will alleviate that problem. And as you can see, we're seeing a lot of growth on these from the last time I showed you these um, hoops, and the tomatoes are going to start growing up into the hoops already. And we do have some of our irrigation lines going down now, and we'll be putting in more of those throughout this week and probably the weekend. In our raised beds, we have broccoli in this one, which is doing phenomenal. It's just growing like gangbusters. We have peppers in several of our raised beds. This one has Iquus. I don't know. That's how you spell it. I'm not sure how to pronounce it really. Peppers in this bed, along with marigolds, and there's some Cuban oregano in here, as well as nasturtiums. Just trying to mix things up to confuse the bugs a little bit and hopefully get a good harvest out of these. I am seeing some blossoms already on some of these peppers, and I'm going to go ahead and let them start producing fruit, or start producing peppers, because I think they're big enough and strong enough to be able to hold them, and we should be good to go. But the peppers are looking amazing in this bed. Then over in this bed, we have carrots. These are the short and sweet variety of carrots. I will put a link in the description for some seeds for these, but they are starting to come up now, you can see. And I'm excited about them. I'm hoping that having the irrigation in here will help to keep them growing. And we did put a good bit of mulch on top to help retain that moisture in the soil as well. So this is looking good. We got some good starts on the carrots. And then following over here, we have more peppers. These are the Age Dulce peppers on this side of the bed. And then we have some Cubanello or Cubanella peppers over on this side of the bed. And again, there's marigolds planted in here. I see I also have a couple volunteer potatoes, sweet potatoes coming up. I'm going to go ahead and let them do their thing. As long as they're not going to overcrowd the peppers, I think that should be fine. And it should provide a little bit more ground cover as well to keep the moisture in the soil. So that's good. Over in this bed here, we have more of the Cuban oregano, marigolds. We've got some holy basil planted in here because we've heard that basil is good to have with your tomatoes. It helps them grow well and stronger. So we're giving that a try this year and see how that works. But all of these are really starting to take off. I'm very excited about them. Once they start producing fruit, I will go over more what the different varieties are. This particular trellis here, we also have planted with tomatoes. And it may seem like I've gone crazy with tomatoes, but the thing is that last year we tried to grow them and our success was so terrible that I am not leaving it to chance this year. I'm hoping that this year, with the volume of plants I've got in the ground, I will get a decent harvest and be able to make my own sauce and even some salsa. Oh, I do want to share with you what things look like with our passion vine. So let me take you over there real quick. I talked about my passion vine before, and it has completely grown over this pigeon pea plant, even to the point where it has broken part of the branch off. You can see in there that it's completely snapped that branch down with all the weight, but that's okay. We're going to let it produce its passion fruit, which you can see there's just fruit everywhere on this vine. And our pigeon pea is starting to flower now as well. So it didn't kill the pigeon pea, which is good. And as you can see, this one is a yellow passion fruit, and it's starting to have some of them ripen. They're getting a nice color to them on this particular vine, and I am just going to let them continue to ripen on the vine until they get a little bit wrinkly. I'm told is how you can tell that the passion fruit is ready to be picked. If you guys have any suggestions on what to look for to make sure that your passion fruit is fully ripened before you pick it, I would be very interested in hearing about that in the comments. This is our other passion vine, and I thought they were both of the same variety, but it appears that they are not, because these passion fruit are turning a wonderful purple. So I'm going to again let these continue to ripen on the vine. We have a lot all over this particular vine, but some of them are starting to change color, and we're looking forward to tasting those. I would love to make some passion fruit ice cream or even some jam out of these as we get some of them harvested. This is one of our wicking beds that we have tomatoes in. I'm hoping to do a video on wicking beds very soon. I'll show you how to build one of these. They're amazing. They don't have to be watered nearly as often because they have a bunch of water in the bottom that slowly wicks up into the soil for the plants. So it is great for the dry season. I'm super excited to see things continue to grow and ripen and allow us to have some of the more tropical fruits. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.